What's going on, everybody? I believe everything should be set up and good to go. All right, guys. If there's any problems with the audio, let me know. I did fix it from last time. But if anything's like too loud or whatever, do let me know. In the meantime, though, Oblivion Remastered, it's here. Very excited, obviously. I went ahead and played a little bit of it just to get everything sorted out. I look exactly like I sound. That tracks. Okay, well, on we go, guys. Not gonna keep everybody waiting.
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen
The gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. Behold, in darkness a doom sweeps the land.
This is the 27th of last seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era and the final hours of my life.
Wolfgang says, by Azura, by Azura, by Azura. It's the grand champion. Great to see everybody as well. All right. Excited to jump in here. I did run through the sewers already. They did change some things. I think we're okay on sound. If I need to adjust anything, do let me know. I got it all set up after last stream, so I should be able to sort it out. But if it's too loud or anything, let me know. All right, so they changed a few things straight away. One of the things I wanted to mention, they adjusted like the origin thing, so you can now pick like what part of any given area that somebody is from. So like Khajiit can pick the Anaquina or the Palatine. All right. Okay, everybody says the sound is cool. I adjusted a couple of things on the fly there. So, all right. So the origin thing, I think that affects the racial bonuses to skills. I haven't fully tested that out yet, but that is my assumption, judging by just what I've read here. Obviously, we're playing as Khajiit because I play every Elder Scrolls game as a Khajiit because, as the title says, these are Khajiit streets. Is there third-person view? Yes, there is. I did see that somebody joined as a supporter earlier. I appreciate that. All right, so young skin, all that, the usual stuff. They added this tone page, like set like eyes and stuff. You can build some upsetting looking people, which is very on course for Oblivion, all the other stuff. Darkleaf donated $10, said looking forward to this. Thanks for streaming it. Thank yous. I appreciate it. I should probably mention that, like right after the announcement stream ended, they reached out and asked if I wanted a review key for it, but I had already bought it. So I kind of beat them to the punch on that one, which I thought was very funny. Can you still custom name your class? Yes, you can. How excited am I for today? Very, obviously. I rarely stream for anything. And I streamed this, I was like, this is happening immediately. So, all right, we're not doing anything too crazy for character creation. I just want to get a basic setup going here, and we'll be off to the races. If you've never played Oblivion before, you pick your class and stuff later, which we will be doing momentarily. Any bugs? Nothing so far. A little bit, it's Unreal Engine, so I've noticed a little bit of that stuttering that is intrinsic to that engine that I've seen, which has to do with like optimization and everything. I don't know how prevalent it is because I've only played it for a few minutes, but it is there. All right, I gotta name the guy.
Wake up, kitty kitty. That's it. There's a rat in my cell, Khajiit. A fat, tasty rat. Does the kitty want it? Is the kitty hungry? You'd better take whatever you can get in here, Khajiit. They don't feed the new prisoners. Didn't you know that? First, they starve you. Then, they beat you.
Oh, Dark Funk donated 2 Canadian, said skooma. That tracks. 100% review for this when it's done, yes.
You're going to die in here. Hey, you hear that? The guards are coming. For you.
Boris, lock that door behind us.
Sorry, chat's moving pretty quick. I'm trying to keep up.
They're dead, aren't they?
We don't know that, sire. The messenger only said they were attacked.
What class am I rocking? I made a custom one already. If it's still in the list, I'll use that. But otherwise, usually like a battle mage type thing.
This cell is supposed to be off limits.
Usual mix-up with the watch.
Never mind. Get that gate open. Stand back, prisoner. We won't hesitate to kill you if you get in our way.
You, prisoner, stand aside. Over by the window. Stay out of the way and you won't get hurt.
Make sure to stand up every once in a while and stretch the legs for the 100%. I appreciate the advice. Did they rework the leveling system? I don't have the full details, but they did change it, yeah. I look exactly how you imagined. Yeah, that tracks.
Stay put, prisoner.
Good. Let's go. We're not out of this yet.
You.
I've seen you.
Let me see your face. You are the one from my dreams. Then the stars were right. And this is the day. Gods give me strength.
What do I think about Sky Oblivion and the effort they put in? I've talked about that a little previously. For the most part, I think it's going to be different than this, obviously, because what that's going to be is Skyrim, you know, in Oblivion, more or less. So you'll get to experience the combat and stuff with, or well, the content rather, with Skyrim system. So I do think it'll be a different experience. Somebody donated 10 gifted subs. Alexander Bajev, I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Is this the remaster? Yes, it is.
Assassins attacked my sons, and I am next. My blades are leading me out of the city along a secret escape route. By chance, the entrance to that escape route leads through your cell.
Trebo donated $5 and said, "May your Khajiit wander in wisdom." That's the plan.
I am your emperor,
Uriel Septim. By the grace of the gods,
I serve Tamriel as her ruler. You are a citizen of Tamriel, and you too shall serve her in your own way.
Coffee said, "Thanks for the reviews. Picked up KCD2 based on your video." I appreciate it. That's awesome. I'm actually also playing a little bit of KCD2
Perhaps the gods
for the hardcore
placed
mode.
you here so that we may meet. As for what you have done, it does not matter. That is not what you will be remembered for. You will find your own path. Take care. There will be blood and death before the end.
Please, sire, we must keep moving.
How long do I plan on playing today? I mean, on my own, a lot. As for the stream, I'm not sure yet.
Better not close this one. There's no way to open it from the other side.
Don't try anything.
Do I like the new UI? Fun fact on the new UI. So I'm kind of mixed on it. That's actually a really good question, and I'm going to spend a second to answer it. Kind of. Some of it, like this, I'm like whatever about. Like the actual menus, they kind of kept a lot of what Oblivion was all about. They even have some of the original art and stuff for like the attributes and everything. And then they kind of mixed that with slightly more modern stuff. So I'm kind of mixed on it myself at the moment. I'm going to see if it grows on me.
Lucky day. Just stay out of our way.
Carol says, "Always watch your VODs. Happy to catch you live for once." I appreciate that. All right. If I don't answer chat super quickly, it's because I'm roped in here. Are there any gameplay changes? A few, like we can sprint. They've made some changes. I don't have like the full list, but yes. Wonder if the physics were updated. Fair enough. All right,
Those up
so
left, protect the Emperor.
Protect yourself.
The captain's down.
Jesus, run.
Take them down. This
Emperor!
one. It's mine.
I always like to steal at least one set of their robes.
Are you all right, sire?
He'll take this katana back, which is why I picked up that short sword.
She's dead. Sorry, sire, but we have to keep moving.
Almost hope the physics haven't changed. I think they've changed like combat physics. I don't think they've changed like the regular
Don't worry,
physics.
We will.
I don't know. Again, I don't know for
They
sure. We'll
won't
see.
be the
but-
first to underestimate the blades. I'll take point. Let's move.
You stay here, prisoner. Don't try to follow us.
How pleased am I with the new features? I'm still debating it, guys. I am like fresh into this. I played for like maybe 15 minutes before I started the stream just to kind of make sure everything worked. So I don't know yet. Daryl donated $5. Said glad to catch you live. Had made it to the city and immediately saw a mushroom stuck inside a wall and thought, yeah, it's still Oblivion. Yeah, that tracks. People still seem to go absolutely flying when you hit them, which is really funny. Any stuttering so far? A little bit when I first exited the sewers, which is when I stopped to start the stream. So I guess we'll see what happens. All right, they did keep the lockpicking. The lockpicking is as it has always been, which means I'll be doing auto attempts for the most part. All right, we're going to change to heavy armor, but I really do like what they did with the armor sets visually. Armor was one of those things in Oblivion that was always like, ugh, but I do think they did a good job with it here. Can you run? Yes, you can. Here. In fact, I want to show you guys the sprint animation after I kill this rat because it made me laugh so hard. It's very Oblivion, I guess. Like, look at this. I'm curious how it evolves with the speed stat, which makes you move faster, but it looks very silly. What's my... Oh, sorry. Sim joined as a supporter. I appreciate that. Never seen your face. Nice to meet you. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah, see, that's kind of what I'm talking about. It froze up for half a second there, which it was doing before I started streaming, so I know it's not necessarily tied to that specifically. When it comes to RPGs in general, where do I rank the Elder Scrolls games? It depends. Like, it really depends on the experience you're after. Like, in terms of, like, open world, do anything you want type of stuff, like, gameplay-wise, it's pretty good. But I think their storytelling, especially for their main stories, is hit or miss. And like a lot of their character storytelling up until recently has been a little lacking in terms of like companions and things. But in terms of like just running around and exploring, it's pretty top notch. So like in total, which one of those things do you care about? Oh, SimSim donated 5 gifted memberships as well. That's really cool. Appreciate you guys. Are the expansions included? Yes, they are. There's a zombie right here. These guys look appropriately upsetting. I don't know if you guys have ever played Oblivion, but one thing, their zombies were always real gross. And you parry in this new game. Not that I've seen. I mean, I don't know exactly if they've changed something like that, but I haven't seen anything like that yet. Which, strangely enough, reminded me, for some reason, that I needed to set some hotkeys. Hey, Mort, watch pretty much all of your videos. First time seeing you with webcam. I appreciate it. I've streamed a few times here and there, but it's very rare. I was just very excited to play this and wanted to share it with people. What's the deal with marketing for this game? The game was announced like yesterday, now released. Well, it leaked a bunch. The goal was a shadow drop, probably because it was a remaster. I think sometimes the leaks are the build-up. So one thing I've actually seen, like, I think literally I saw somebody ask, where is the marketing for this game? And it's like, well, thanks to those leaks and your reactions to it and you talking about it, you are the marketing, my guy. That's just kind of how that goes. What are my system specs? They're in the About section of the channel. I've got a 4090, a 13900K. I didn't like the stability of the 14th gen Intel CPUs, and the 5090 seemed like, honestly, a really pathetic upgrade, so I was not inclined to pay for it. Michael says, hey, Mortem, how things? They're going great, man. This is my next couple of weeks, for sure. Do I play management games? Not really. I have a hard time getting into them. Dart donated 5 of a currency. I apologize. Currencies are not my strong suit. If Oblivion got such an upgrade, super hype for Fallout 3. Heck yeah, man. I've always been very upfront about this on the channel. I like Fallout less than the Elder Scrolls. I'm not as enamored with Fallout as a lot of people are, but I did enjoy them. And if they put one out, I will absolutely play it. But I fully admit it will not be the same level of excitement. Where is... I heard another rat, but I did not see it. Might just be going crazy. Or it's in this room down here. Ah, there it is. Okay. I was like, man, I hear skittering. Really surprised to see you playing this live. I really thought my first time watching you would be Pathfinder. I did live stream a whole playthrough of Pathfinder for a competition, actually. In fact, that was like one of the first times I streamed ever. Is the skill tree still bad? Not sure what you're referring to there specifically. Okay. Now we get to the Goblin Caverns. And you block with a spell in your offhand. I think so. If you don't have a shield, it blocks with your weapon, so I would assume probably. Pavel says, hello, Mort. How's it going, guys? Just a torch. I'm wearing heavy armor, so we're not actually very good at sneaking. But once I grab the sneak as a major skill, it should get better. But if you have a really high sneak, you can sneak in heavy armor. Are loading screens in all the same spots? Everything that I've noticed thus far, yes. I mean, if anything changes, I'll let you guys know, but thus far, yeah. A lot of people commenting on this. So this happens every time I stream because I do it so rarely. People are like, oh, I've never seen you before. I considered briefly putting like face reveal in the title just because I thought it would be funny. And then I forgot. Did they change the level scaling, how leveling works? They definitely changed how it works. I don't know about the actual scaling just yet. All right. This is not new. This was always here, what you're about to see. But physics. Probably too soon to know, but they keep the old enemy scale. Yeah, I just mentioned. I'm not sure. Oh. Hold on, guys. My chat page fell off. I have like 64 gigs of RAM, but apparently this is still pushing it. I mean, it's VRAM, but whatever. For whatever reason, my chat window was like, you don't have enough memory to do this. So I had to refresh it. Why don't you take the arrows? Because I'm not planning on using a bow. And I don't like cluttering up my inventory. I tend to play these games in first person, so don't expect to see a lot of third person. Nice to put a face to the name. I appreciate it. The updated faces are better. Yeah, they look pretty good. Wonder if you can still put the buckets on the NPCs. I haven't tried. Something's... Oh, there you are. I was like, something's something. There's a third person? Yes. As you can see. You can usually, even in heavy armor, sneak up on this goblin. Yeah. I don't know, like the witch specifically has just like terrible sneak detection or whatever. Repair hammers, long swords. That's actually awesome. For later, the katana is what we're going to use right now. Oh, whoops. Chat, is this real? Last I checked. Is it higher than 60 frames on PC? Yes. I have it locked to 120 at a max. But it can go higher than that, yeah. The animations for unarmed are pretty fun. Stops like immediately. Yeah, sure. Here, we'll check out the unarmed animations. Yeah, this should be the end of the caverns up here. Yeah, this will dump us back out into the sewers so we can continue. How's it running? Decent so far. A couple little hiccups here and there. Is this a demo or did it shadow drop today? It shadow dropped today. Did they update Mort's character model? That's funny.
Help? What makes you think help will get here before more of those battles?
Here they come
We
again!
need to get the Emperor out of here. Take them down!
Somebody mentioned hand-to-hand animations. I mean, they look alright. Maybe first person? What I'd expect a punch to look like, basically.
Damn it! It's that prisoner again! Kill him! He might be working with the assassins.
No, he is not one of them. He can help us. He
Have you started
must
installing
help
on Steam
us.
Deck yet? Not yet. I haven't tried it yet.
They cannot understand why I trust you. They've not seen what I've seen. How can I explain? Listen, you know the Nine, how they guide our fates with an invisible hand. I've served the Nine all my days, and I chart my course by the cycles of the heavens. The skies are marked with numberless sparks, each a fire, and every one a sign. I know these stars well, and I wonder, which sign marked your birth?
Okay, so I usually go Thief just because it gives you a lot of bonuses, but these are all just the regular star signs as usual. Then we'll pick our class momentarily. Can you put a spell in the other hand? No, it uses a spell slot system. Or not a spell slot, like a hotkey system is what I meant, sorry. Is the voice acting the same? It's a mix of old and new. They changed some of it, but like the iconic characters they kept, obviously. Alright, so Thief, as always, well, for me anyway.
The signs I read show the end of my path. My death, a necessary end, will come when it will come.
Is the personality wheel still there? Yeah, they kept the speech minigame. They didn't want to change the
Your stars are not
minigames.
mine. Today the thief met into
Okay, we'll keep it.
with you, sire.
Gotta get to the fun part.
You may as well make yourself useful. We're the Emperor's
Bodyguard. And...
My job is to make sure the Emperor... Stick close and
Okay.
let us do our job, and you'll be all right.
You can fire a spell while armed. Yeah, yeah. A lot of questions about the combat system, which is fair. But yes, they changed the combat system a fair bit.
Mara's mercy on you.
You thought we'd go down easy?
Can you kill the Emperor? No. I mean, he's gonna die, so I guess in that sense, but... Do I still play Avowed? Not recently, because I've been so busy. I'm hoping they put out DLC for it, and then I'll play it again. What engine is this? Looks hella good. So the engine for it is like it's a bit of a mix. So from what they described on their announcement stream, the original engine, the creation engine, acts as the sort of brain for it, which is that it's like handling all the logic and stuff. And then Unreal is handling like the graphical side of things. Never played Oblivion. Can you be a combat mage like in Skyrim? Yes.
Hold up. I don't like this. Let me take a look.
Fallout 4 is
Looks
fun.
clear.
It can be.
Come on.
How's the
We're
performance?
almost through
So far,
the
so good.
sewers.
Couple stutters. Can it be modded? I'm not sure yet. I don't know. We'll have to wait for word on that.
Damn it! The gate is barred from the other side. A trap!
What about that side passage back there?
Worth a try. Let's go.
James donated $5. Said, "Wow, Sky Oblivion looks amazing." Nice. I'm looking forward to Sky Oblivion too. I think that'll be fun.
It's a dead end. What's your call, sir?
They're behind us. Wait here, sire.
Wait here with the Emperor. Guard him with your life.
What build am I going for? Sort of battle mage. That's usually what I play these games as.
Down and bleed to death. Get this over. Oblivion,
That's
take
not
you! I fought mud crabs more fearsome than you. Am I supposed
Oblivion,
to
take
be
you.
impressed? My blood for the Empire! Oblivion, take you!
Do I think they've gone down this graphics route because they'll do the same for Elder Scrolls 6? Well, I mean, it's a different studio that did it, so I have no idea what they plan on doing for Elder Scrolls 6, but they have talked about photo telemetry or whatever it's called, which they've shown off here and there and just like little pre-production type stuff. So I would assume it's going to look
I
different.
can go no further. You alone must stand against
It's the Prince of Destruction and his mortal servants.
He
Must not have the Amulet of Kings.
Take the amulet, give it to Joffrey. He alone knows where to find my last son. Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
And we're locked while he gets murdered. They did give that a proper animation.
You chose a bad day to take up with the
My
cold.
blood for the Empire! No. Talos, save us. We failed. I failed. The Blades are sworn to protect the Emperor now.
Any
he and
recommendations
all
for our
his
first
heirs
playthrough?
are
Mostly
dead.
just have fun.
The amulet. Where's the Amulet of Kings? It wasn't on the Emperor's body.
The Emperor gave it to me.
Strange. He saw something in you. Trust me.
My son,
They say
Sean
it's the
Bean.
dragon blood that flows through the veins of every septum. They see more than lesser men. The Amulet of Kings is a sacred symbol of the Empire. Most people think of the red dragon crown, but that's just jewelry. The amulet has power. Only a true heir of the blood can wear it, they say. He must have given it to you for a reason. Did he say why?
Did they do new voice acting? It's a mix from what I understand. They re-recorded some stuff and then like kept like the iconic stuff, so it's a little bit of both. There is new stuff and some of it is the same. North Country Nerd donated $2 and said, "Do clothes come off bodies after looting still?" Yes. All right. I must take it to Joffrey.
He said that? Why?
There's another heir.
Nothing I ever heard about. But Joffrey would be the one to know. He's the Grand Master of my order. Although you may not think so to meet him, he lives quietly as a monk at Waynon Priory, near the city of Coral. First, you need to get out of here. It's here.
All right. Somebody asked if the console commands are working, and to be honest with you, I'd never checked until just now. So yeah, looks like it's fine. We'll disable achievements as normal, but yeah, there it is. All right, so I made... Yeah, I didn't think it would. I was wondering, so I actually, as I mentioned a bit ago, I had played for a little bit just to make sure everything was working before I fired the stream up, and I did make a custom class, and I was hoping it would just add it to the list and kind of keep it. But, you know. What race? Khajiit. Alright, so what I usually like to do is go for a sort of battle mage for the most part. The thing is, I don't know exactly how they've changed the leveling system, and that I have a separate file, obviously, from where I started earlier, but we'll have to find that out together. Alright. I suppose we'll grab... I like acrobatics because it's easier to level. Like, it's very easy to control the level ups, but I don't know if that matters here. I guess we'll grab restoration, why not? How is the combat? Is it just Skyrim? It's definitely more Oblivion than Skyrim still, but they've changed some stuff. How big was the install? Like 118 gigs, if you want to be specific. Rounded up, 120. All right.
I wasn't far off. And you... Good. But...
All right, so he takes the katana from you. Can't search the Emperor. Do all the mods work on this? I imagine they'll have to be updated and changed. Happy Easter, by the way, Mort. I appreciate that. Happy Easter to you as well. Hope you guys had a good time with your families. My son was... He was a little grumpy at first, and then he got his Easter basket, and he really perked up after that. I am real, last I checked. How is combat different? So you can do things like sprint. They've changed like stuff with hit animations and then sound effects even. So there's a lot of different little things. All right. So there's some rats and a goblin, and then we'll be out into the open world. Bribery does tend to work on children. So the thing he was excited about... Somebody donated 5. Again, I apologize. I do not know currencies to save my life. How do I manage between game, family, house, before and after full-time YouTube? Just curious. I mean, before it was really hard because I had a full-time job. And then I was kind of doing this on the side. And then COVID hit, so that kind of changed some things. And then my son was little at that time. And then after he started school, kindergarten, it got a little easier because I'm pretty much free all during the week and everything. So... It's not nearly as bad now. But, I lost a lot of sleep. I'll put it that way. Colin McLeod donated 10 Canadian, said halfway through my first Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous video, got into CRPGs thanks to your vids. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. What was I saying? Right. Yeah, so it took, like a lot of people, I imagine, my son to see the Minecraft movie because he's really into that, and it seemed like the kind of thing kids would enjoy, and he loved it, as you would expect. And then in his Easter basket, he had like a Minecraft blanket, and he lost his mind over. So he was pretty happy after that. What are my favorite Oblivion mods? I didn't use it for the old review, but there are like mods that change the leveling system that I always really enjoyed because the regular one is not great and you have to work around it so much. So I'd probably say those, but... as for this, I haven't actually fully seen the leveling system yet, so we'll see whether or not I like it, I guess. History of, the name was too long to read, sorry. Donated $5, said this brings back so many memories when I was a kid. Can't wait to play later. Hope you're well, Mort. I appreciate it. I'm doing very well. This made my day. People asking about my son, how he reacted to the chicken jockey thing in the Minecraft movie. So my son is in kindergarten, and when everyone started like clapping and everything, he didn't understand what was going on. He just thought everybody was really excited about Minecraft the way he was. So he was just into it. He was like, "Yeah, this is awesome." So sometimes you got to let kids enjoy their moments without explaining the why. But he had a great time. All right, we're ready to exit the sewers. When is this coming out? It's out right now. Ilya says Skyrim logo. Yeah, the Skyrim logo is just the logo of the Empire. So you're going to see that. All right. We got the ruins of Vilverin over there. And it's already looking good. Now, as a fun fact, if you ever want to start this game and like immediately become a vampire, if you follow the shoreline, I forget exactly where it is, but it's like somewhere in this general area. There's a cave called Memorial Cave, like right here, and you can go get vampirism like immediately. We raid in Vilverin. I usually always, like, this is just a habit of mine whenever I play Oblivion, because it's right in front of you, I guess. I've always just immediately swam over here and cleared out Vilverin. There are typically some stronger zombies in there that can be a hassle, so we might have to avoid those, but again, I don't know what the level scaling looks like here. The guy was kind of freaking out there for a second. Mortismal has a face. Last I checked.
What's the matter? Getting tired?
Mud crab's more fearsome than you.
I could have swore there it is. I forgot to. I was trying to hit the hotkey for those, and I was like, did I not? Voice. Very Oblivion. Can't wait for remastered horse armor. I think the deluxe version had horse armor, which I have to assume is a joke. This is a... Is that... Yeah, that's a hand-to-hand skill book, I'm pretty sure. Take that for later. Man. It is crazy to see something so, I mean, it's a universal enough thing, but it's crazy to see something that was like so integral to your childhood just like completely redone. After we clear out Vilverin, I think we're going to go check out the Imperial City and just see what it looks like. Which one is better, The Elder Scrolls Oblivion or Avowed? I mean, gameplay-wise, Avowed. As far as the better game, I prefer Oblivion, sure. How does the combat feel? It feels mostly Oblivion with some small changes, I would say.
This is the part where you fall.
Something I've got is about to break. Also, if you didn't know, you've got to repair your stuff in Oblivion, which you can do with repair hammers. Is it just a visual overhaul or improvements to the gameplay? They have changed some gameplay stuff. The performance is looking good thus far. A couple stutters here and there, but that's been the worst of it. What changes would I have made if I were in charge of the remaster? I mean, once I'm done, I'll let you know. Truth be told, I haven't checked it out yet. I mean, I don't know the extent of the changes they've made yet, I guess is what I'm saying. All right. Laced leather pants. Iron battle axe. You do have to be careful with traps, by the way, even after you've disarmed them, because sometimes the physics from where they're still moving will get you. Mortismal is in charge of the remaster, not that I'm aware of. How did I download it so fast? I have really good internet. Which is kind of surprising for where I live, to be honest, but... Like so, I don't know how crazy this is going to be to people, but that it was 118 gigs, and it was like maybe a 20-minute download for me. There you go.
I've fought mud crabs more fearsome than you. Hello? Who's there?
There should be... Yeah, this drops off and there's a guy right there. That's what I was like. I hear somebody. I'm pretty sure that's who it is. Andrew Davidson donated £2, said, can you still spec yourself into a dead end? I don't know for sure yet. Caffeinated Mind joined the channel. I appreciate it. One thing, just as share a little story, when I was playing this when I was in high school, one thing I would do is I would come out of the Imperial sewers, come straight into Vilverin, and then I would auto walk into this wall. Because if you hit Q, it'll just auto move for you, and then that would increase your stealth skill. And then I'd basically just do that until it maxed out. But you had to check in on it every once in a while, because every 25 levels it pops a menu up that stops you. And I would just kind of leave it there while I did other stuff. Some random guy, which is actually his username, donated 10 Australian, I think. Didn't even recognize your voice until I checked the upload and clicked. Not hating, because I'll be playing this to death, but UI's a bit off. That's fair. I'm a little mixed on the UI myself. And as you mentioned, it's a weird mix of like new and also kind of the same. Not sure how I feel about it yet. An apple a day keeps Oblivion away, something like that. All right, so in case you've never played Oblivion, I guess, if you use the Welkin stones, it will refill your magicka. Don't know exactly what my carry weight is, so I gotta pay a little bit of attention here. White Glove PC donated $2, said feels like Bethesda did this despite Skyblivion. I mean, no, not really. I mean, realistically, Skyblivion wouldn't exist if Bethesda had a problem with it, because they could just shut it down because it's their IP. Tiffy-tastic joined the channel. I appreciate it. I think if anybody... I can't say too much about this, but I will say that I think if anybody is upset about the shadow drop, or, I mean, not upset, but, like, actually going to cause a problem, maybe, to some extent, or eat into their sales, potentially, it'd probably be Claire Obscure. I cannot believe that didn't detect me. Do I have there? I think it's yeah, gloves is what I don't have. I kept forgetting what I didn't have equipped. I don't like picking up all this fur stuff. It's pretty useless. Jewel Rose says, "Stop right there, reviewer scum. Hope you have a good day. Saw a mud crab the other day. Horrible creatures. It's true. They're awful." How much was this on Steam? The base game is $50 US, and then the deluxe version was $60 US, which is less than I was expecting. I think if you guys caught my video today, I was like, this is probably going to be like $70, just because that's the way things have been going. I was surprised to see they kept it at all at 50.
This ends here. You move like a pregnant cow.
All right. Rude. I actually, you know what? Randomly, I want to see what does the... All right, that's not bad. I was very curious to see how the helmets would look. Although I do notice it's missing my weapon texture in the menu, but that's whatever, I guess. Is the dumb speech wheel still in there? Yes, it is. Have I looked at the achievements? Are they the same? I think I took a brief glance. I didn't like. I'm gonna get them. You know what I mean? Who cares? But for the brief look I took at them, they all look the same. Complete the guild quest, beat the main story, the usual stuff. Can you still do permanent bound armor? I have no idea. Maybe. Did they add more voice actors? Yes, they diversified the acting cast in terms of the total number of actors, which for Oblivion was very small. At least compared to the size of the game anyway. But yeah, there are new voice actors mixed in with some of the old ones. So I believe the approach they took is that they kept like the iconic like voice actors for certain characters, and then you step on pressure plates to open doors in Oblivion sometimes, by the way, guys. And then they, for the like side NPCs and stuff, they added new ones to make it look like each race has a different sound now, as an example. Already checked that. What am I doing?
Well, well.
Man.
Look who we got here.
Didn't hear that guy for the last second.
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm.
Want to try it on Master, but not really sure if hand-to-hand will work. So Oblivion's hand-to-hand, I don't know how they've changed it in the remaster here, but Oblivion's hand-to-hand in the original, you could do it on normal, but it was like the hardest way to play the game because the scaling on the hand-to-hand damage just wasn't as high as everything else, but you could do it. Now on Master difficulty, I don't know. I don't know that would be fun, to be honest. How do I feel about it so far? Pretty good. Thus far. It seems to be... And the thing I was worried about personally, I was like, is this still going to feel like Oblivion? And, I mean, thus far, we're good. Oh my god, face reveal. Yes, this is the first time I've ever shown my face. And spoiler alert, it'll be the last. How does combat feel? Mostly like Oblivion with some small changes so far. Did they remove the enemy's auto-scaling? I haven't experienced that too much. We're still pretty early on here. Like, I'm not even level 2 yet. Apparently it's running poorly on Steam Deck. I would not be surprised to hear that, just given what I've seen so far. It seems like the kind of thing the Steam Deck would struggle with. Which difficulty on? For the stream, just default. I'll probably mess around with a little bit, depending on what the enemy level scaling looks like in the end, but for this stream, we're just on normal. Or adept. If you die in the game, you die for real. Listen, they made it very clear that playing this game was Oblivion, so that's a risk you ought to take. Local map. I don't remember. Oh, there it is. You just zoom in. Okay. UI changes are getting me. the skeleton models blend in like really well with the color of this stone. UI kind of looks like Elder Scrolls Online. I guess a little. A bit worried about stuttering and stuff in open world because UE5 has been so far. I've had a couple of stutters here and there. I don't know how like pronounced it is. Can you manage the quests that show up in your journal? I mean, kind of like that. Looks to be about it. And then you bring up the entries. How's the game so far? So far, so good. Alright. Not that they were ever obscure, but I do feel like the change in graphics has made some of the traps more apparent. Where is... Oh, there he is. He dropped down again. Does the DLC come with the base edition? Yes, I believe so. Do I think it's worth to buy it or not? Or I mean, if you enjoy Oblivion, yes. If you have never played Oblivion, I'm not sure yet. I haven't played through the whole thing. I'll kind of see what that looks like in the end when I'm done with it. Thought you weren't going to stream until tonight. Yes, fun fact. If you watched my video, I mentioned I wasn't going to stream until later. There was a slight change of plans. I have like a renovation happening on my house at the moment, and they were kind of rained out today, so they had to move it until later. So I wound up being able to do it a little earlier than normal. Do I feel they kept the right amount of jank, especially with the NPCs? So far, it's looking pretty good. I want to see what they did with like some of the quests and things that they've obviously like updated voice actors and stuff for, and then I'll give a final opinion. But so far, it seems like it. Like the NPCs still do a lot of silly stuff. The sort of noise pollution, let's call it, is there sometimes in big fights. Am I reviewing Claire Obscure? I can't talk about that one yet, man. Dr. Binksy donated $10 US, said, hello, Mortem, didn't know you streamed. I stream very, very rarely. These open the sidewalls, as I recall. There's enemies in a couple of them. Show me a fireball. I don't think I have a fireball. Yeah. I got wounds on 2, and I guess we can do a skeleton on 8. Why not? What did they change the... Hold on. Okay, that's fine. I was like, I changed it and I forgot what the button was. Yeah, so, I mean, there's your standard magic. You just hotkey it like normal and then hit the cast button, so it's always been, really. It's not Mort, it's the holographic model from the Jedi. Listen, I've joked around about going full VTuber on people. It's just unbounded healing. Yeah, I saw it there at the end. Pictured you as a flying skull with headphones. Yeah, it turns out I'm not actually Mort from Planescape Torment. Thought that was my skeleton. Kind of ganged up on me there, almost got me. Was barely paying attention. Alright, what broke? Oh, the rough leather boots. Yeah. That skeleton was a pro tag. Seemed like, do I have ray tracing enabled? Some form of it. I guess it's not like fully on, but yeah. Mortismal equals death is bad. Mortismal is a joke about me being bad at games. Which is funny, all things considered. Up there to hit the button, then we can grab the Varla stone. Initial impressions worth the purchase for somebody who was met on Skyrim. I mean, if you didn't enjoy Skyrim, I don't know. Oblivion's not that far from Skyrim, really. Like, this leveling was very different, obviously, but gameplay-wise, it's really not that much of a stretch. Varla stone. And now we can jet. Once we get out of here, we'll sleep in one of the beds up top to level up, and then we can kind of see what the level up screen looks like. Scrumpet donated $5 US, said thanks for giving us all the wonderful deep insight into games. You got a lot of flack for your takes in last year, but appreciate the effort. I appreciate it first. That's kind. Yeah, people kind of freaked out about my Veilguard review, but that was about it. Other than that, it's been pretty chill. What do I think about ray tracing in general? It depends. I think there are games that look really great without it. I think there are some games where it looks really good, so we'll see. Khajiit take fall damage? They can. Didn't mean to pick that bow up, but alright. And then we have an Alien artifact here. That was... I feel like I remember those moving faster. That was so slow. Survival mode, not yet. Is it fun to play mage here? Oh man, mage is crazy. In like Oblivion, Morrowind, all the older games, mage goes really hard. But it depends on you and how much effort you put into being a good mage. But yes, it absolutely can. Chocolate Pants gifted a membership. I appreciate it. I always just auto-attempt the lockpicking minigame because lockpicks are so easy to get, and I hate that minigame. Like a lot of people. It's not even that, like, I understand it. It's just really tedious. Or I could spam a button and be done with it, you know? Have I tried third person? Yeah, we've done a little third person here and there. I mostly play in first just out of habit, but I have tried to show it off here and there for people. Oh, no, he turned around right at the last second. That was really funny. Is the leveling up system different? We're about to see. We will find out. From what joined as a supporter, I appreciate it. Oh. Thought I'd stopped in the right spot, but not quite. Reading chat, not paying attention.
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death.
That Spectre looked awesome. Now that I have an Alembic is... Yeah, okay. Looks like they didn't change alchemy too much, at least. As someone who gets motion sick in first person, always glad when they have third. Yeah. Fair enough. Favorite Bethesda lockpicking minigame? I I mean, it's got to be Skyrim just for ease of use, to be honest. Hope they tweak the leveling, sure thing. Never saw use a full beard. I mean, it gets long if I let it. This isn't even that... Like, I haven't even let this grow for very long. Alright. Let's see if we can... get this knocked out so we can go see what leveling up is all about. See what they did there. I forget where the key to that door is. Oh, actually, there's a bedroll right here. All right. So is it just... I think it's just points, yeah? So I think they just give you the 12 points to... Okay, you can put 5 per. Okay, well, there you go. I think that's as simple as it is. Is this the game? So it is. Does it run better than Avowed on PC? I never had any problems running Avowed. It was about the same. Okay, so from what it looks like, the scaling is just that they give you these virtue points and then you can spend them up to 5 points on whatever, but it looks like they only give you 12 as opposed to the potential 15 previously. I don't know if there's anything that adjusts that number. At face value, anyway. And you can get a... Oh, it does show a cost here. I wonder if that goes up then. The higher the stat gets? But that does seem to be the gist of it. Point in luck and see if you can have more than 1 point. Yeah, fair enough. So you could only put 1 luck in, or 1 point in luck normally, but yeah, it's the same, and it costs a lot more. Which is probably how they keep you from putting that many points into it. I wonder, just at face value, if there's anything that adjusts the costs of these. Because they seem normal. But oh, that's a good point. Somebody mentioned they wondered if it was... Because in the previous version, what would affect your bonus for these is how much you used them during that level up. So I'm wondering then if how much I use any individual skill changes the cost of any of these. But they're all showing 1. So I don't know, again, at face value, if that's how that works. So I'll have to look into it more. So it's just a suggestion based on skills you use. Kind of. Yeah, that seems to be at least the basic gist of it. Still a couple of questions that I'll have to play the game more to figure out, but for right now, I think that'll pretty much do it. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. I don't remember where the key to that is. Pretty sure it's laying around somewhere. Oh, there's a mortar and pestle. There we go. Now that I've got that, I wanted to look at the alchemy. What's my favorite faction quest line in Oblivion? Like most people, it's the Dark Brotherhood. Over 4,000 people here. Man, that's not a number you need to tell me. Like, one of the reasons I don't stream is like having that many people just like watching what you do is a lot. I try not to look at the number on the stream health thing. Looks like it plays the same, just looks better. Seems that for the most part. Hack asks wonders what the max level is. Starting skill used to affect how many levels. I'm also a little curious about that, because the max level did in fact change based on what you had going on skill-wise and stuff. So it used to be like, I want to, like, if you really pushed it, it could go up to like 50, I think, and then you could actually break that with going to prison, which would reduce your skills and allow you to raise them farther. I'll have to jump in and see how much that still does it. All right. Okay, yeah, so this still looks the same in the sense that you have the 4 pieces of alchemy equipment that can make the potion stronger, and then you just... try it out there. Okay, and then you can click on that too. I get the gist of it. Alright, cool. Alright. Don't remember where the key for this door is, and I'm not inclined to stand here and look for it, because the main thing I want to do now is go see what the Imperial City looks like. Let me... there it is. Drop a hard save right here, and then there it goes. Like, we'll just pick it. Insane that horse armor returns 19 years later. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Andrew Sinat joined the channel as an officer. I appreciate that, man. All right, so now we go back to... Oblivion tends to have like these level dungeons in which you kind of progress through like several different areas that would load into each other, and then the last one will usually dump you out back towards the entrance so you can find it. Which I mentioned just because they tend to be a little more elaborate than Skyrim's dungeons comparatively. But they're not too bad. Donated $5, said starting the VTuber fund to get your model made. The funny thing is, the little anime ones aren't really for me, but like the funny thing is, I would probably stream a little more if something like that were to be made in the way that I would like. It would probably convince me to do it. I just get a little too self-conscious, and I'm like, oh, I got to engage with chat, and then you just get in your own head about it, you know what I mean? And then it winds up being a little more mentally taxing than I would like it to be, and then I feel bad, and it's a whole thing. What am I in that dungeon for? It's the first dungeon you see when you exit the sewers over there, Vilverin, so I always just explore it. But from there, let's go check out the Imperial City, which we should be able to just, should be able to just fast travel to. The nice thing about Oblivion is all of the city stuff, like you can just fast travel to those immediately the second you step out of the sewer. You have to find all the other locations, but the city locations are already marked on your map, so you can just click on them and fast travel. That's the way the base game is. Get a flying skull without many animations. I mean, it's not a terrible idea, to be honest.
You have my ear, citizen.
All right, we got the Shrine to Akatosh. Hold on, I'm going to wait till... I'm going to roll it around to morning so we can see everybody moving around. Igloo donated $10. Said, surprised you haven't 100% this remaster yet. Seriously, you're such a legend, enjoying Pillars because of you. I appreciate that. That's kind of you. Did they fix the weird leveling system? They changed it a little bit, just a little bit previously. That was kind of an odd little hiccup there. All right, so this, just at brief glance, I assumed this would probably be the case given the remaster nature of it, and that the Imperial City, despite me intending to be one of the biggest cities in the land, is in fact just a couple of districts with a few people in each one. Can't wait to see remastered Sean Bean. Nice. Oh, you know what? This is random. I want to see. All right, the Imperial armor looking
All
sick.
visitors to the Imperial
I want to see the council room randomly.
Remember,
Oh,
trespassing in the Imperial Palace is a serious crime. Do not.
yeah, I was pretty sure it was
venture on
locked.
the
I was
first and
hoping.
second floors. Please show your respect for the Imperial.
I was hoping I could just jump into it real quick, but I don't want to
Sit down.
deal with all that just yet because in order to get into that, I'd have to console command it, and I don't want to deal with all that right now. Should attack the guards for the dialogue. First impressions mostly seems pretty good, pretty much what you'd expect. Oblivion, but it looks better. Some things have been changed to make it play a little nicer. Imperial City's like 90% guards. Let me head to the Market District. Usually has more people running around. Lurchy says 17 years later, feeling like a teenager again. Same here, to be honest with you. I feel 15. I'm probably going to order a pizza later and have a good time with it.
Something on your
That's so much video, like just noise.
Any news from the other
That the
provinces?
priests and
They say
priestesses of the
syndicates of
chapel of
wizards
Dibella have all been
led a
murdered.
boycott of Imperial
No one even
boots,
knows who did
the
it.
land of the Almighty.
Apparently, no one has any idea
It
who
seems
did it.
Somerset Isle has become
Now
a
there's some
much more
prophet
dangerous
preaching
place.
doom in the streets of
Safe
Anfield.
travels.
The
Take care.
servants of Dibella, slaughtered on the very altar of
Yeah.
love.
That is,
Truly shocking. Sure.
that's very Oblivion.
It's not my favorite place, but if I'm really
Oh. The wanted posters for the Grey Fox, which gives you hints about the Thieves Guild.
Bofield from the Arcane University is looking for someone to chase the bandits from
Yep.
Camp Ailes.
What is
Probably
happening
trying
with
to
the...
enhance her weird machine.
I've heard others say the same.
That guy
I
looks
understand
upsetting.
The Fighters Guild is hiring new members. Not bad work for some folks.
Yes.
Have you heard?
Excuse me. I'm on duty. He's just a thief. He's supposed to be the head of the Thieves Guild. Oh, what a joke. Can you imagine a bunch of thieves trying to form a guild? The nobility hate him, but the peasants and the beck.
You can ask the guards for rumors about the Grey Fox, and that will kind of sort of point you towards how to start the Thieves Guild
Move along.
questline. That guy looks insane, which is hilarious. Some random guy donated 5 Australians, said have fun all. Like I said, we'll smash this in good time, 1100%. I appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
Goods in the land of the Almighty.
Speechcraft. Fair enough. Let's go do a speechcraft thing. Why not? What is that face? Yeah, that guy looks insane. All right.
You're in Rindir's staffs, and I'm Rindir. I sell magical staffs. Imagine that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so this, they said this was the same pretty much, and it looks that way. They're gonna let me start? Oh, it's at max, that's why. Hold on, I'll have to find somebody I can actually
Goodbye.
persuade. Your weapon is out, ruins your disposition. I'm not worried about that. If anything, that'll help me out. It wouldn't, it was
How are you?
How goes it?
saying it was max there.
What's going on with you?
Not
Do you
bad.
ever
saw
buy
some
good
mud
deals
crabs
from the
by
main
the
line?
days.
Did they fix the class creation? The class creation looks mostly the same, but they did change the level scaling, yeah.
Hello.
Yes? All right.
There we go. Okay. So they changed the wedge for little bars, so it looks a little different just immediately. Oh, does it just go down while you're waiting? I don't remember that. At least I never noticed it before, anyway.
I accept. I have no choice. I doubt it. Sure, that's cute. Don't
Yeah, so it's just
talk
the same.
such rot.
You can keep doing it. All right. Mortismal has a face. Great channel. I appreciate it. Daniel Coelho joined the channel as a supporter. I appreciate it. Is it still optimal to pick 8 skills you have no interest in leveling up? It doesn't seem that way from the one level up that I've had on this stream. It looks like they changed it to just a point system. I don't know if anything affects those points specifically, but you got the 12 virtues to then spend on your attributes. I'd have to play it more to see if there's any like limits on that, but so far it just seems like a basic point system. Redfriend says, hi, how's it going? Okay, so I want to go to the Wayne Priory, talk to Joffrey for a bit, and then that's probably about where we'll start wrapping it up. I kind of just wanted to stream this a little bit, show some people some stuff, talk about it, and then I got to jump on some stuff later. I got to call the people working on my house, actually, so we'll go talk to Joffrey, see what that's about. Maybe we can make a real quick run to Khajiit to see an Oblivion gate before we wrap it up. But we will see. How's performance? So far, it's all right. Khajiit time? Yes, about far. Almost. Is the spell making still there? I would assume so. That's a pretty integral thing to Oblivion. I can't imagine they'd get rid of that. Alright. Let's find Joffrey. Man. Like, there was a little pop-in when it loaded, which doesn't surprise me too much. But I really do love the way that looks. Am I able to check out the Violator? Probably not right this second. Is it good? I mean, so far it seems alright. How does it feel overall? Just got in. It feels like Oblivion. I'll give it that. As you will likely see if you watch the stream in the future or whatever. It definitely gets the feeling. Alright, Joffrey.
I'm Brother Joffrey. What do you want?
Got the voice right.
This cannot be. No one but the Emperor is permitted to handle the amulet. Let me see it. By the 9. This is the Amulet of Kings.
Oh, his eyes went like super wide there. That was cool.
How did you get this? What do you know of the Emperor's death? As unlikely as your story sounds, I believe you. Only the strange destiny of Uriel Septim could have brought you to me carrying the Amulet of Kings.
Pansy Hans donated $10 says, monster, is this correct? Monster scale flatly based on your level. So let's say you start with the Thieves Guild and basically only lockpick against each. When you finish, you'll get screwed. As of right now, I don't know. I don't know exactly how much they changed in terms of the level scaling. The leveling up already works differently, so I would assume they probably also changed the scaling, which would cause enemies to just have like nonsense amounts of health. So presumably yes, but I don't know that for sure just yet.
His meaning is unclear to me as well. The Emperor seemed to perceive some threat from the demonic world of Oblivion. The Prince of Destruction, Mehrunes Dagon, is one of the Lords of Oblivion. But the mortal world is protected from the Daedra of Oblivion by magical barriers. I'm not sure. Only the Emperors truly understand the meaning behind the rituals of coronation. The Amulet of Kings is ancient. Saint Alicia herself received it from the gods.
How is the game running? A lot of people asking that. It seems to be running pretty well for the most part. There's a few bits of like pop in when you load, and then occasionally it'll stutter a little bit, but that's been it so far. What changes exactly were made to the leveling? So when you guys watch it back, you'll see. But when you level up, it changes everything to a point-based system. So instead of having to like level up a specific attribute this number of times, or a specific skill associated with an attribute to get the max bonus, it looks like you can just put points in things to get the max bonus. And then I don't know if there's anything that affects that. And then on top of that, I don't know how that has affected the level scaling across the whole game. And that's what I'll have to play it through for. Skylar donated $10 US, said this is the longest day of work in my life. Fair enough. Thanks for getting some early footage out there. I appreciate that. That's kind of what I wanted to do this for, is just kind of let people see it before they made a decision on buying it.
He never told. Now
tells us about Martin. Okay.
Waste no time. You must find Martin. Welcome to Wayne Priory. You'll Wayne Eranor, a lab.
All right.
Before the enemy does.
Now I want to head off to Khajiit to see an Oblivion Gate. Raziel says, hello, Mr. Mortem and Chante. How's it going? Wonder if the Battle of Bruma will be more than 5 guys. I hope so, but that is also something I'm curious about. Has anybody seen Maik yet? Not yet. Greetings from Brazil. Hello to you too. All right. Let's see. I really want to see the Oblivion Gate before we wrap it up. Yeah, there's a bit of pop-in when things
Come
load.
on, run while there's still time. The guard still holds the road, but it's only a matter of time before they're overwhelmed. God's blood. You don't know, do you? Deidre overran Kvatch last night. There were glowing portals outside the walls, gates to Oblivion itself. There was a huge creature, something out of a nightmare, came right over the walls, blasting fire that swarmed around it, killing. Go and see for yourself. It was sad.
I've looked
Love
everywhere.
it.
Perhaps she's still in Khajiit in a basement hiding.
It's possible. Or maybe she got out and she's looking for you too. We've been hit hard, but we'll come back.
You know, I really like what they did with the character models.
Take care.
I've looked everywhere.
Like, they look appropriately odd the way that Oblivion's always did,
It's possible.
but they do look a lot
Maybe
better.
she got out and she's looking for you.
Okay,
too.
up we go. People talking about the skybox, yeah. Do I plan on playing the Breach on the 30th? I don't know what that is, so probably not. See, now, if I was not playing this just to show people what it looked like, I probably would have gotten my armor together before I came here. All right.
Stand
Hell yeah.
back, civilian. This is no place for you. Get back to the encampment at once.
Oh, no rest for the Wicked's Breach update. Yes, I do plan on playing that. Sorry. I forgot what that update was called, but yes, I will be playing No Rest for the Wicked's update.
We lost it. The only... We'll try to hold our ground. That's what. If we can't hold this barricade, those beasts...
Okay.
You want to help? Are you sure? I don't know. You can see the... I sent many. If you can get the best I... Good luck. It's a brave thing you're doing.
So first things first.
What's the matter?
That looks incredible. Second, if you've never played Oblivion, you might get tired of these after a little bit for sure. So once you've got the Oblivion gates open, once you finish the main quest, the first few main quests, kind of like with Skyrim, which spawns the dragons in, well, here it spawns the Oblivion gates in. And there's 10 that you have to do for the main quest. But including those 10, there's a potential 50 more will spawn of a potential total of 100 out of just various places on the map. And they pull from about 7 different variations, and I'm curious if they changed that at all. But just right away, that looks cool as hell. I was 11 when Oblivion released. Didn't understand English at the time. Still loved hundreds of hours with it. Now I live in the US. Can't wait to play again. That's awesome. I appreciate it. And the donation of $10. Thank you. All right, let's see the inside of this thing. So I'm gonna guess straight away that they changed the leveling, like the scaling and stuff, because there's usually I forget what they call them off the top. Man, I forgot the name of them. The little dinosaur dudes. There's usually one right here instead of these stunted scamps.
What's the plan?
Clan Fear. There it is. I don't know why. Completely spaced on that. Getting old. All right. So he's going to help us out. Sorry, I'm just kind of taking it in. This is sick as hell. I love that. Yeah, you gotta go into the towers to open the gates. When you get to a higher level, you can kind of just run through these things. Barely even stopping to fight anything.
Come on! Let's stick together!
Damn. Oh, it's great. Ugh. Okay. All right, well, as I mentioned earlier, that's about all I wanted to take a look at. I got a few things I have to go do. Falruzabadi joined the channel, or rejoined the channel? Or was that the... They have badges you can put where it's like, you've been subscribed for this so long. I think that's what that one is. Sorry. But nonetheless, great to see. So, just to give you guys a sort of TLDR here at the end, just for the people watching. Right away, it looks fantastic. Love the way this looks. The enemy and player scaling in terms of leveling up seems improved. I'm a little hesitant to be like, it's better for sure, because I just haven't seen enough of it to make that assumption. But it's promising here at the beginning. I'm hoping that the level scaling also kind of runs with it, so we'll see what that is in the end. But here at the beginning, it's looking better. In terms of how the game is actually running, mostly it seems pretty good, but I did have the occasional problem with stuttering, and you guys probably saw it when I loaded into places. Sometimes stuff would just like pop in for a second, which is like, it's not unplayable by any means, but again, over the course of a game, I could see that getting potentially very annoying. But as of right now, it looks to be mostly Oblivion. Seems to capture the weird, janky spirit of it, which is what I was personally the most happy to see. The small changes, the quality of life stuff, the changes to combat, I mean, just the ability to sprint, awesome. I'll have a first impressions video, if it's not tomorrow, because I have something else going up tomorrow, but if it's not tomorrow, it'll be Thursday. And then I'm kind of locked in here until I get this review done. So for right now, playing it for the first couple of hours, that's how I feel about it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm very much so looking forward to playing this. I appreciate everybody who stopped by to watch. If you're watching this in the future, thank you as well. But for today, that's going to do it. Have an incredible day, guys. May you wander in wisdom, and I'll see you next time.